Meathead Jimmy Jam Jamboree. Welcome to week 31 of Flog, Founder Log. And this time around, I'm going for the Mythic Skull. This dropped and I start working a week, so give or take a week. But things are changing. Things are changing. This week's kind of been roughly like more the same, and there's been a little mix of that, or it's just like, it's kind of like I'm bored at the same time. It's just like let this play out. Let me work it. I would say sit around, which is like when it comes to the company and business, you're like, all right, well, things are there, they're set up. I could just automate. I wouldn't say automate this, but maybe that's why work is somewhat attractive. You're like, okay, this is, I'm very passionate about my business. You're like figuring this whole thing out, but at the same time, more time with what you're passionate about, that kind of creates this weird decay effect where it's like, I like this, but at the same time, I don't want to like. It's like this weird like torture session. Is probably the most pleasant way to put it, where it's like, oh, everything's working out, but the timeline's kind of foobar in my opinion, or how things are proceeding. Maybe not so. I would say foobar, really, but in the sense that it's like, oh well, you know, let's say the equity book is beat this week, in my PA, along with company stuff. Oh no, well, all that's beneficial. It's kind of like, oh well, you gotta sit with it. And I don't know, there's some weird level of dissatisfaction that comes with that, I suppose. But, when you have a realized loss earlier in the year of like almost 30 grand versus, see, across accounts, let's say, down probably 10%. Oh, no, not a tank, broadly speaking. So I don't know, like, everything works out, systematizing has been great. And then, like, obviously, I'm trying to have a kind of report card system where I'm like, hey, I have Claude integrated with company account info. I was like, all right, well, how am I doing this week compared to last week? And this has been pretty useful, right? Where you're not having to go in manually and grab that data, which is very convenient. And then obviously, creating some type of system of implementation and improvement. And I suppose some level of improvisation, but that is still to be seen versus, I don't know, like what's current, where I think this is just week two of doing this, or like with the whole systemization. I've always been systems based, but more so on the level that now it's like all integrated, where I'm like, oh, all I got to do is plug this and see how it works out. I wouldn't say it's back testing, but I guess it would be at the same time. Not totally certain there, but optically, it kind of looks like back testing your own like info. Um, don't know. And so I'm hoping with this job, I'm gonna be working 3 to 4 days a week, 12 hours a fucking day, which is kind of crazy to me. But sometimes you just have to let your sentiments kind of take go in the back burner when you have your own responsibilities, obviously. And it's been great, along with like, oh, our not tax, our accountant saved us $1,000 for $100. So it's not a bad deal. 10% to save, save, basically retain 90% of an expense that should have been covered initially, or captured by the IRS. But all that financial shit's always back facing, which kind of sucks. right? That should be it. Yep, I should get the achievement. There you go. But I know there's just all this stuff's kind of a mixed bag. Where you're like, okay, stepping aside from business now, talking about the games and stuff. And you're like, you know, Odysseus looks good, but I'm not interested in it, right? I think the biggest irony is that there's no Greek people in a story about ancient Greece. To my understanding, I have the whole anthology, right? We have like the Iliad and I think the Iliad of the three books from Homer or whatever, right? And it's just like kind of funny where you're like, huh, this thing drops by a director I formerly liked. Where I don't know, I don't think Nolan's films are as good as or his newer films are as good as his older flicks. I don't know. Maybe I was just a hater. And then um, you know, you had was it Spain win the World Cup, and I was just like, bro, this is great. But low key, I think it's kind of obligation as a Brazilian American or just Brazilians in general with like be haters of Argentina for God knows what reason. It's just fun to be a hater sometimes, right? And I don't I don't know why, but like it was just funny. Obviously, decent amount of people are like fans of Argentina for whatever reason. Obviously, Messi's a good player. I don't discount anything. It's just like meh. But then again, I don't really care about soccer, so boop. What? Okay, I screwed that up. What else? What like I have a few things here too, right? Um, but regarding sports, like yeah, my college do pretty decent. Get up to the playoffs in the what March Madness, but we somehow drop the ball when it matters, right? And I think there's an irony there too to it where it's like I am not interested in sports when my team gets knocked out. It's like okay, now I don't even have to watch the rest of the series, right? Like I have no investment in this other than like my team per se, be that World Cups and things or um what the Olympics. Well, I was blanking on it. I was like, why? But aside from that, like there's not many sports I'm interested in other than like hockey and tennis. Um I'm hoping to see the US Open, but I get off like the Sunday morning of it starting. So like if anything you just go Sunday and I don't know. I don't know. That just seems insane to me. But I could probably just Uber from work to I don't know, dude. I don't know. And I find it very intriguing at the same time. Obviously, I've been wanting to go to the US Open for a while, but I don't know. I'll see how it plays out. Man, I thought it was a BR. I don't know what other sporting events. Obviously, I want to see the Stanley Cup. I'm hoping the Stars get deep in the playoffs this year, and that finally starts back up. So that'll be fun. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I might start watching baseball again. It's just kind of whoa, Bartner. Mixed bag for me, where I'm like interested and not interested. But obviously, I'm more of a hometown fan. Just throw any Houston team at me. Maybe not the Dynamo. I've never really been interested in soccer, but you know, used to follow what Flamengo and what was that other team called? Fluminense. Oh shoot, love bypassing everything. Ooh, no, fuck. But like half the stuff's been derivative lately. I don't know. I don't get it. Like the weirdest feeling with this game and the other stuff I've been trying to enjoy is like it just feels like same o. You know, someone else is marking you know, a classic or a masterpiece, right? It's like putting graffiti on I don't know, Picasso, or you know, you're it feels like you're defacing art. This is very pretty, but the sentiment I have is like this should have been, you know, the first, what do you call it? The first remaster. Like the design philosophy is baffling, where you're like, "Oh, there's these things that are different now, but things are the same." It's like, "Oh, so I like the jank, but certain things don't really work for me." Gotta move this. I don't know. I find some of the design philosophy kind of dualistic or contrary to, you know, what came from it. And then at the same time, I have this weird feeling where it's like where did creativity and imagination go? Where now it's like, oh, you have to fucking spill out uh something for the newer audiences, spell it out, show them, or tell them rather than show. And it's weird design philosophies that don't quite make total sense while retaining like the original concept, right? Like it would be more organic to go from, hey, we're using the skeleton of the original and then literally throwing a new coat of paint on it, versus, hey, I'm gonna take the sentiment or the feel. It's like, hey, I'm gonna take the most recent game we made and just throw the old game skin on it. What am I supposed to do here? I know I gotta cross the bridge. Where's a gun? I don't know. I feel like this game will be received kind of polarized, where people like the new gens will like it, whereas it's like, yeah, it's cool, but it's not what it should be. Is that arrogant take? I don't know. Oh shit. And then, oh, one of my frustrations is like to get what it should be, you have to erode player choice, right? So where it's like, oh, I want to have 60 round magazines for the AR versus 36 or whatever. Oh, you need to get a skull for that. And then also kind of annoying too. Now it might be because for replay value is you have to grab the skulls to be even unlock or be even able to use them. I don't know if that's been standard or what. Just like, you know, I like playing with Grunt Birthday Party or whatever, where, you know, you get your headshots on the grunts and, you know, just a little hooray, and just certain items where you're like, why was this taken out? Did he have? Oh, he didn't have a gun. So, I guess that's all I have for this week. it's been pretty. I don't want to say stagnant. It's just kind of the same for now. And oh, I guess lastly, just to close out, I don't know. I've always had this weird experience with HR where they're pleasant or they're fake half the time. It's like, I think you guys are immature. Now, this might have been to my detriment utilizing a offer against against another company, but it's like, dude, your timeline is fucked. Go fuck yourself. I'm gonna use this and try to see if this can accelerate things. Because naturally, I think as someone somewhat trying to replicate some like industrialist attitudes, it's just like, oh, I don't know, it's not good enough, and you can accept things where there's communication, whereas if there's no communication, like I I feel there's some sentiment like you should probably be as cutthroat as possible here. It's like, oh, the I don't know. This is like this weird kick dog sentiment kicks in. There's gonna be a rocket dude over here somewhere. Not you. Of course, I can't land the jump. But it's just like y'all are immature. Why can't y'all communicate? I don't know. So like basic standards you have, and they're not even met, is kind of like um baffling to put it. Okay. I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching, listening, subscribing. Check out. I have Twitter now. The Palin Trader, I think. I'll have to double check that. I'll post it in the description. And that's all. Just kind of shit post on Twitter. I don't really know. It's kind of trying. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with that for now, or if it's just a marketing tool versus, do I shit post and react to people? I don't know. I don't know. You know, having formerly been Anon, it's just like, what do you do here? But I think that adds to, I don't know, company identity or whatever. Bro, the reach is crazy. Um, and figure out where to go with it. Or you're like, okay, I kind of know what I want to do, but do I go in this direction? Do I like mess around with like schizos on Twitter? This weird sentiment that I'm trying to figure out, balance out, and see where it goes. So yeah, check it out or don't really use it. So we'll see later.